Yo, what's up? How's it going? Another day in Adventureland. Really? You're not feeling it? What the hell? What's wrong with you? You need to get out in some nature. What the hell? Shit, I almost did that today. But I make music and make videos, and the only place I could really do it is alone out in nature. With the squirrels watching, and the coons, and everything like that. But today, I had an epiphany, so I had to tell you guys. You guys know that ancient magical symbol, squaring the circle. It's like there's a triangle, and then a square, and then a circle. And it's a hermetic symbol representing something impossible, doing something impossible, and reaching perfection. Because, long story short, you can't perfectly put a circle inside of a triangle, inside of a square. It's going to be a little bit off. And so what that represents is something really cool. It really represents your purpose and reaching that higher level and stepping into that rock star version of yourself, that supernatural actor, universal Superman. You know, you came here to do it all. And you came here to do whatever you want to do. And you can. And it's really about just finding what your heart's calling is. Like for me, this is one of the things. It's making videos. It's acting. It's expressing. It's singing. It's yodeling. Oh. I actually don't know how to yodel. If any of you ladies want to teach me. I don't know why it has to be a lady. I saw a girl yodel once, and I'm like, God damn, that's hot. What the hell? Why is that so hot? It's like tribal thing. Living out on a farm somewhere. Married to your cousins. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But back to the magical symbols, man. They're everywhere. Down the trees. Just kidding. The famous magical symbol of squaring the circle, doing the impossible thing, becoming a whatever you want to be. Now we're living in the digital age where everything is possible. You can have your own TV show. You can make your own music. You can have your own radio show. You can have your own podcast. But the thing, you know what the thing that makes you or breaks you is? You know what the thing that allows you to fly, become rich, be a baller, be a king, have $1 million, and you know what makes the difference between that and then the person that doesn't make it? I'm trying, man. I've been trying for years, man. It's not working. You know what the difference is? It's really simple. And it's so simple, it's really stupid, actually. It's just, we get programmed to act like one another. Let me fall in line. Let me talk the same. Let me walk the same. Let me look the same. I am the same as you. And that has basically made the attack of the clones out here. So it's about being different. It's about embracing what makes you different. Whether it's a receding hairline, a missing thumb, a nipple tattoo, your voice, oscillation in the frequency. All right, maybe not that. You could sound a little bit, a little bit more attractive if you want. A little deeper in the octave. But being original, being different, and living in flow, being original, being different, I guess those are the same thing. Being in flow, being in love, actions and your thoughts and your feelings and all one. There's nothing that can hold you back then. That originality is what makes someone into the movie star. Someone realizing who they are, what they represent, and then they make those actors, you know? They're those ones that, they're the top level actors. They're the top level rock stars. They're the top level artists. They're the top level politicians. I don't know if that's a real thing. They're the top level, everything. Because, as Jesus said, ye are effing gods. Not, you guys are you guys are gods. You guys have a whole universe within you, man. That's why the chakras and the planets, and as above, so below, as within, so without. The heart, earth, the base, the roots, hell, Saturn goes up. And then the elements are also connected. So water, fire, the sun, heart, love, and then so green, right? And you think earth, there's a lot of green, a lot of love, and then look above us, it's flipping blue. I don't know, that might be a coincidence, but the throat chakra is blue. The and so intuition, and I'm not like explaining this on purpose. I'm just giving you a rough kind of thing that it's all connected. You are a universe. You are a god walking around inside of our little collective universe. Outside of this, there's infinite reality, sure. But outside of all that, there's just beingness itself. It's empty. It's void. It's all possibilities. It's love itself. And there's a lot of different demons, a lot of different beliefs that can keep you trapped in lesser realms, keep you trapped in thinking, in miserable mindsets. And I had to, I was adopted like 5 times before the age of 6. Before I was done being 5. My parents were homeless, drug addicts, and I'm not going to go along with this. And long story short, they got me and my siblings taken away. And then we went to different adoption places, foster homes. And each place, I thought it was my home. So I was so confused every time, I would have to leave. So by the time I got adopted by my mom, I was so, scarred, and I was just, she was, and it was just crazy. I didn't realize till now, because I knew who I was then. But over the years, all the layers, I kept having to add more layers to who I thought I was. And then eventually that will lead to a breakdown of some sort, or a midlife crisis, something like that. But it's necessary, because all those beliefs, all those demons, all those things that hold you back, all those emotions, all the heaviness of the world was never yours to carry to begin with. In fact, it was never there to begin with. Your insecurities, the things that you think are holding you back are not holding you back. They're only holding you back because you think they're holding you back. It's just because a thought. I used to think if I jacked off too much, then I was horrible around girls. Because when I was younger, that was the case. I was like, why does it seem they're connected? But then I would talk to other people, and they're like, no, that's not this. What are you talking about? But because I thought it was that way, it was. And while sexual alchemy is super cool, and that's another subject altogether, as a man thinketh, man, It's the law of mentalism first. That's the first law, man, of the Hermetic, Judaism, Christian, New World Order, man. No, that's not the first law, is it? The law of mentalism. Oh, that's a Kabbalistic. Sorry. Puts Christ's name in there. How dare you? Christ was not a mystic. Christ was not an alchemist. He was a carpenter. You're just a regular dude, man. Smoking the doobies. Seeing the patterns in the floors. Whoa. So, the weight that we've been carrying, both individually and collectively, it's reaching a breaking point. And as the new Earth forms, the opposite of what you've seen in the past 10 years, in the past 50, 100 years, thinking about history, it's actually going to be the opposite. We have the most advanced technology that you would maybe not even believe right now. And a lot of it is released every day to the public. Like, this is information. Remember 5 years ago, they had the technology to laser or harvest the energy from the sun and deliver it back to Earth with a satellite, like lasering it down. That is absurd. That's a next level. Like, there's different levels you could reach on a planet. If we're even on a planet, I don't even know. There's different levels that you can reach. And to become extraplanetary, that's one of those. But we're already there. The thing is, what the aliens, what the government isn't telling you is that the real journey is within. It's not, space is the last frontier. No, the mind is the last frontier. The heart. The journey back to self. The journey back to the center of the universe, which is me. No, I'm just kidding. It's you. Center of the universe is you. And so, act like it. Treat yourself like it. Represent like it. Dress like it. Swag like it. Talk like it. Step like it. Treat other people like it. It's not, what would Jesus do? I mean, you could kind of see that. But Jesus is right in front of your mind. It's at the forefront. But it's color. It's originality. It's rawness. It's realness. I like talking in accents sometimes because it's like talking in cursive. Especially American language. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, yes, I am doing great. I don't have any expressive tones. I'm actually very miserable, but you don't want to hear that. It's to add color and pizzazz and use your hands and feel alive. And ultimately what it is having your chakras aligned, man. The portals are open and the energy's flowing. All the planets get their energy from, the energy goes up just like this. And the planets, the ancients saw it being the same thing. And so, not only, I mean, you don't have to do anything per se, but even just walking in nature, being thankful, can open up your chakras. And you know when they're open or closed because, you know, if you don't feel safe, if you're feeling anxious and stuff, then that is probably your root chakra. And there's not really anything out here that's causing it because it's internal. But just sitting with it, knowing that it's illusionary and guiding, you know, I'm safe, everything is all good. You know, there's a lot of things, like different spells, magic stuff you can do, man. It's really just really easy, like magic. The most advanced magic, black magic, it's really simple. It's easy. People do it. People put hexes on themselves without even realizing it, man. So, yeah, and then being worthy or feeling unworthy, that will be your sacral. Your feeling passionate, purposeful, driven, you know, the fire element. Yeah. But and I already talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's important because see there, if I don't have my throat chakra open, and I have to do this for singing too. And so what I do if I need to sing, I just always am talking, and I keep my throat chakra open, especially for my personality type, because I'm like introverted, extroverted. Like I'm like a perfect balance. And so if I quit talking, I literally lose the ability to speak. I kid you not. And so everything that you're not using, you're gonna lose. And so if you haven't been using these things, you're better snapping back into action because the end of the world is about to happen, mofos. Not like the bad end of the world, but the good end of the world, where you make it. But you ultimately have to enter the cave you fear the most. But I'm here to guide you. We got other people guiding you, man. We got angels. We got demons distracting you. But there's no polarity. There's no duality ultimately. What's bad for some is good for others. What's good for others is bad for some. Mindsets, belief systems. This knowledge might be super useful for you. Send it to someone else, and they're like, dude, this guy isn't even speaking English. And so don't judge yourself. Don't beat yourself up. That is one of those demonic traps I was talking about, man. Guilt and shame and beating yourself up. That's not bad as guilt and shame, but it's a stone. It's a heavy weight you have to carry around. And it may not feel like much. Oh, I beat myself up just every so often. But why, you know, if God was here and there was another being, how would that God treat that being? And you have to realize that that's what's been here the whole time. Is God is the source of you, and you personality you think you are is technically you right now, but you are also one with that divinity. And so, why would you treat yourself any poorly than the cutest animal, than the cutest baby? And then ultimately, the way you treat yourself is how you treat other people. And so, yeah, reality is a mirror. And as you learn to use your gifts and express yourself, just the more magical things are going to continue to unfold. The more love you're going to be able to experience. You chose to be poor. You chose to be limited in some way. I don't know which way that is. Whether you may have struggled with love, with money, with addiction, with your purpose, with whatever it is, whatever your limitation was. You chose that so that you can feel the opposite of that. Because ultimately, we can only have as much pleasure as the pain that we've had. So with the pain is what allows the pleasure. And so enjoy both. The limitation is what allows the abundance. The lack, the poor is what allows there to be richness. And being and there are two different sayings of duality. And the thing is, polarities meet. You go so far west, you're gonna end up east. So think about that too. When it comes to your lifestyle and the way you're living, are you living rich? Are you acting like you're rich? Are you going to places? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling just the richest thing for me is honestly just being out in nature. And then I mean, it's the reason why ritual magic, and I'm just going to go on a tangent for a little second. The reason why ritual magic works, bringing the elements into your house, is because you're creating nature. You're bringing the elements, do, 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 do. It's all connected, man. And you're aligning yourself. It goes so deep. And so I have to keep it simple. Keep it simple. But it tunes you, and you are an able body, an able vessel of Christ. With, what's the point speaking for Christ, getting people to believe in Jesus if you can't speak properly? And that's something that the Christians, no shame to you, and I'm still a Christian, but if you're a Christian and you're trying to get people to believe in Jesus, you're playing a mental game. And there was never, why are you trying to save other people to begin with? There was no one ever to save, but they are, I don't know where I'm going with that, but tuning yourself, being the utmost expression of yourself, having your throat chakra open, being heart-centered, that is how you don't need to try to make sense. You are sense itself. You don't need to try to explain yourself. You don't need to try to convince anyone of anything. If you know the truth, then you, in your grounded, gut feeling, heart-centered, open throat chakra, feeling safe state, are able to be a rock star in any given moment. And when I say rock star, it's like Jeff Bezos is a rock star. And I'm not saying billionaires are necessarily, but there's no, all these people that have made it somewhere in their life, it's for a reason. It's not a coincidence. They're not necessarily bad people either. Every bad person is just a good person on their way to becoming a good person. Every horrible sinner is on their way to being saved. This is not such a big deal, guys. This is how reality works. Lucifer and the devil and Jesus, part of the same duality. The lesser, Lucifer, is the light bearer in Freemasonry, but you learn that by effing up, by suffering, dealing with Satan, with Saturn, with in alchemy, it would be the lead, the mercury, or not mercury, but the heavy metal. And so As you raise your consciousness and raise Christ back from the dead within you, because we've been crucifying Christ inside of us. We've been crucifying Christ out here. You know, every single person, rich, poor, ugly, it doesn't matter. It's it's all you. It's all you. And every little thing that you do, every little judgment is affecting our lives. You know, um, and so ultimately, being grateful is the richest thing that you can do right now. So I'm going to end today's video. Yeah. Hopefully you're living your best life. Um, 1 second, 1 day at a time. Follow your excitement. If you meditate, you don't need to try to meditate. That's why maybe you'll do yoga, maybe you'll meditate for like a week and then it gets old.